Hi everybody, it's Lynn from LynzCraftzDesignz. I've got something today that you may or may not already know. So this is white Primo Sculpey. And I'm going to do 1,000 times before, but I'm going to do a Scarab. And put the Scarab between the LynzCraftzDesignz wings. And then we're going to do a ceramic glazing technique over the white Polymer Clay and LynzCraftzDesignz. And I'm going to try to do it without painting anything. Y'all know that's not easy for me. So, we're going to try to keep the clay white as possible. Also, not something I normally do. This is a little bit large. Yeah. First thing I did, clean your clay blade. If you're anything like me, this 20-year-old faithful little clay blade can sometimes not be clean. Alright, condition, condition, condition. Now, roll it up a little bit. I'm rolling it up a little bit to try to get rid of the seams. It's much easier that way, okay? I still got one right there. If you still have one, just make sure it's at the bottom, okay? Great, nothing like not sticky white Primo clay. Okay, first thing first, to get it into a shape that is something that we want. Oh, this is really not sticky. I don't know why, but my camera all of a sudden decides it likes my left hand better than my right. So the first thing you want to do is section it off, okay? I'm going to do like 3/4 or so. Maybe a little more like 5/8. Let's be specific. Okay. Now, lots of scarabs have a double outline. I don't know how do you say that, but we're gonna try that. Okay, that's what I mean by a double. Okay. And then actually go like around like that. Okay, and almost all scarab jewelry has little triangles towards the outsides of the wings. Okay. Now, once again, with the double lines. Whoop. Okay, and then just some simple little lines like that. Okay. All right. Now, I'll go back over these just to deepen them a little bit so that they will hold the ceramic glaze we're going to put on, faux ceramic glaze we're going to put on, and then I'll be back. Okay, this is just a little bit of Primo that I rolled out with my rolling pin. I wanted it that kind of thickness, thicker than my pasta machine will roll out. And I'm just going to sort of carve this out the same shape. Which is really difficult because at this thickness, your X-Acto, your craft knife, really just wants to grab it and stretch it. So it will take a bit of doing. It doesn't matter if it's exact, as long as you can't see it from the top. Okay, then we want to take the wings, like that shape, okay, but we're going to embed them a little bit. I'm telling you, my hands have not. Okay, so I just push them into the clay a little bit just to give the shape where I'm going to cut it out. Yeah, now you want to stick. Uh-huh. Okay, now we can stick the wings back in there. a little bit of liquid clay. I'm sure you want to come out every time I pick it up. It just wants to pour out until you want it to. Oh my day. Yeah. Y'all ever have these kind of days? I bet you do. I can't be the only one. Then we're just gonna... No. I'm gonna put some. Just because if I don't... It's not gonna want to stick, right? So now we've covered our back sides. Okay. Now, like I always say, first things you learn when you learn polymer clay is you gotta learn a light touch. Meaning you can touch the clay without leaving your fingerprints behind, or without noticeably leaving your fingerprints behind, and without mashing your details out. Okay? So we've done that. We're going to hold it in place and trim that clay again. Now, like I said, you don't care whether it's squared off or whatever, just so long as you don't see it. Because we can fix all that later. Okay, the back side looks alright. One way we can remedy that, ignore the dirtiness of my paper towel. Okay. Cap back on the pokey tool, lid back on the alcohol ink. Alcohol ink, I said it again. Alcohol, I'm going to put a label on the bottle. Okay. These are just inexpensive chalk pastels. Lowe and Cornell. 24 colors. And yes, I have cheap pastels. 2. I've had these for many years. Alright, so I've got, this is a UV resin cup, but I'm going to use it. And I'm going to put, I'm going to put some liquid clay in. And of course you don't want to flow out today because it's hot. Why would you? Okay. Hopefully that's enough. Maybe. Now let's decide on the color. I'm going to stick with the Egyptian theme. So I want to kind of replicate the the blue. I've just got my X-Acto craft knife. And I'm just going to start with a bit. Same one I used for my UV resin. Oh yeah, that's alright. Now because this is a powder, I want to mix it up really thoroughly, because it will still be a grainy, if that makes any sense. And if you just let it set for a while, you'll see what I'm talking about. It will not really separate, but it'll separate and be streaks of darker pastel that's not mixed in all the way. With what is already mixed up. Just gonna squeeze a little bit more. God, that's hard. Like I said, my hands have not been my friends lately. Alright, now you might can see it a little better. A little streakiness. Alright, but we're going to give it a go and see what we think. Now, my next problem is I don't have a brush dedicated to liquid clay. So this is a silicone brush, for lack of a better word. Silicone tool. And I can see that right away I put something in there. Must have been on my tool. Alright, and you just want to brush, I say it again for lack of a better word, this mixture. There's that little piece right there. It was a piece of glitter. A piece of red glitter. Alright, and you'll begin to see right away how same antiquing kind of effect. In other words, it'll stick in the recesses and just kind of glide over the rest. I found a finger cut. I found a whole bag. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, now when you take it out of the oven, don't freak out that it's not glossy. Okay? Because the oven temperature won't make it glossy. Well, polymer clay temperatures won't make it glossy. Heat gun. If you put it in the oven on 300, that will make it glossy. Okay? Here we go. I'm just going to warm up the clay a little bit before I even start to try to shine this liquid clay up a little. Now, don't rush this process. It does take time, but as you can see, it will give it a really nice shine. The wings have started to shine up a bit. This side needs a little bit more. Alright, I'll keep going and I'll be back. Okay, now here it is. I did have to put another coat of the liquid clay, just the clear liquid clay, no colorant, to get it thick enough to where it would gloss up on the wings and stuff. But that was as easy to do as it was the first time. Okay, just brush it on, pop it back in the oven, heat it with the heat gun. Okay? Or you can skip the oven and just heat it with the heat gun. There you go. I really like it. Very, very reminiscent of an actual Egyptian piece, I think. Alright. I want to thank y'all so much for watching. I recently signed up on the Buy Me a Coffee site, so if you're interested in that, the Finnebar mold is the one that came from Michael's. She just had a couple of smaller sets that were sold at Michael's for a really short time. You may be able to find them third party on Etsy or eBay, something like that. Of course, everything else, the polymer clay piece in the middle, the liquid Sculpey, even the pastels, The liquid Sculpey, of course, you can find everywhere. Now, it is the liquid Sculpey and not the liquid clay. They're two different things. Just like the Bacon Bond is totally different. Okay, the pastels, just any inexpensive set of chalk pastels. I don't know that pan pastels would work as well, but they should. Okay, I wouldn't suggest alcohol ink in this case, just because the blue does fade considerably. Alright, I want to thank y'all so much for watching. Seriously, please like, share, and subscribe. Like everybody's video you watch, including this one. Bye for now.